Cornell, we've lost Prince, we've lost David Bowie, we've lost too many people that actually get it and are part of the magic of creation, that are part of God's myriad of expressions and songs, and it's just crazy. It's absolutely crazy to me. Kurt Cobain, all the way back to the 90s, and so nobody really needs one more video on YouTube. Yay, here's one more video on YouTube. But for those of you that are light workers and those of you that are part of the awakening and get the whole consciousness piece, I just feel compelled to say, like, heavens. I mean, they gave their lives to contribute their perspectives of love and God and life and heaven for everybody. They gave their lives. I mean, what more Christ-like do you need? And the rest of us are here still towing that line and still proving that love and still living that light, still screaming that song. And we'll keep on doing it, and we have to keep on doing it because that's why we came in this space and time. I mean, at this point in history, a lot of people don't understand what I'm saying, and that's okay. I really don't care. But those of you that get what I'm saying, it's heart-wrenching to lose a brother and a sister, and any kids at Manchester, to the joyful celebration of life, which is why this planet was created in the first place. I mean, people don't even understand what Earth is. And yes, this is a huge philosophical thing, but for those of you scientists who still want to break it down into particles and molecules, here's the skinny. This little tiny rock floating out in space is a gift from what people call God, but from the Creator. It was a gift to the star that manages it. And you guys don't even... Light workers and enlightened people will get this, but other people will totally not get this. Here's how it rolls. This little tiny rock is managed by a star, which is a conscious being. The conscious light that like feeds everybody's bodies. And that star was gifted a home. That's it. A place to play. Place to play. And was so enamored by its own, I think in Egypt they call it the all-seeing eye, its own ability to reflect, its imagination, its ideas, its thoughts, its playful songs and times, that it literally invited the rest of the cosmos to come and play. Now, if you can see it that way and comprehend what you're doing as a soul here and why this moment in history feels so special to you as a soul, you're here to help people remember that this place is meant to be a place where you come and play with the clay of creation. But in the beginning, it was just, in the beginning, biblically speaking, it was just the sun and itself reflecting itself off the waters. The Spirit moved on the water. Genesis. It was just a love planet, a place to hang out, a place to entertain yourself. And everyone else was lovingly invited to come and do the same. And then lots of people got crazy whack job nutsoid on, oh, I can own this and I can own that. And that pretty much destroyed the platform behind the meaning of being able to see what you're doing. Let that sink in. Earth is designed... It says it in the Bible, I came so that your joy may be more full. Jesus coming so that your joy may be more full is so that you can see what you're doing. You're already having joyful experiences in your dream times. But when you get to see them reflected back to you, monster-sized coolness, right? But all these forms informations. Now that we have the internet, everyone can comprehend what information is. It's just light. Woo, look at me, I'm on a camera, moving in time and space. But it's everybody's imagination. In the 3D world, you guys grab a flower or a plant or a tomato and you either kill the fuck out of it or you love it or appreciate it. That's your choice. But in the beginning, the word was basically grace, an actual, tangible, physical experience of another. Love one and the other as yourself was a law, because that other has consciousness too, whether it's a plant, an animal, a dog, a cat, a cloud. People got out of control. Now we're at the time of awakening where all the star beings that were originally invited to come and play and experience themselves and have watched Earth get basically abused the hell out of by people that don't know what's going on here, have shown back up. And people call them ETs, they call them angels, they call them archangels, they call them whatever you want to call them. But they've been here many times before. There are myriads of records of their experiences on Earth. And for those of you that are awake and shocked by the fact that all music makes perfect sense to you, you're just waking up to the memory that you came here to honor that. This rock is a platform gifted to the sun to have something to do, like a child, to play. Just play. You're supposed to play and love, and that's it. That's the whole Mary and Jesus story, is the mother giving birth to a child that gets to teach love to others and explain creation. That's way too deep for this video, but the reason he's the 42nd generation under Abraham and God telling Abraham, I will give you the land, is to say, I'm going to give you this place where you can actually hang out in eternity, because eternity is eternity, and have something to do, but do it in an honorable, loving, and respectful way, without hoarding, without destruction. And people have gotten obsessed with power over other things, trees, cats, dogs, dolphins, money, whatever. And so Earth herself, believe it or not, has consciousness. How would she ever have consciousness? Because the original consciousness of God that gifted Earth as a reflection of the sun heard the cry of the child. That's an Abraham Ishmael story. Heard the cry of the firstborn, the son, the first male, who was running out of water, the water of life. You guys were killing him. And so God created this whole platform of legacy to have all the star beings that have been here before come back and prove to those of you that don't believe that God runs the whole universe and God is in charge of everything, and that you're not supposed to screw it over, you're supposed to appreciate it, to prove to you that not only are you eternal, not only are you having these memories of deep, unconditional, compassionate love, but you're one with the one. And oh yeah, Earth is a place where we get to play, but with honor and respect. So a lot of people having nervous breakdowns and, cosmic like epiphanies and all kinds of crazy things, and I could go on and on and on. But that's the gist of it, is that it's not about you, it's about all of us. But the platform itself, Earth, was an invitation only, and she was way too kind. She invited everybody, but originally it was an invitation only. It's in Revelation. Come see, come up and see, come see what you're doing, come see yourself, come experience, come see, look at this, it's amazing. So the whole come see is about, look at this, witness this with me. But then everyone went ballistic, nutsoid, off the wall, hoarding. So back to musicians, back to Chris Cornell, back to Nirvana. The music is something to do. I mean, what else are you going to do when you like love that tree over there and you love that flower? You're not going to kill it. You're not going to eat it. You're going to just like praise it. You're going to sing. You're going to be so happy that you exist and you get to breathe and love and see the bounty of the kingdom of heaven. That's where it started, and we got off track, and now we're getting back on track. And those that can't handle it and those that seriously 100% believe that God's not in control, it's out of my hands. That's why they call Jesus the Lord of Light. He handles all that stuff, the Lord of Hosts. Everyone's being hosted by light beings that exist here and live here. That was way out in left field for some of you, but for some of you, that was probably the most validating thing you've ever heard, because you know exactly what I'm talking about, and I love you all dearly, and I can't thank you enough for being embodied and being here and staying alive on this planet during these very challenging times, because it's very, very challenging to remember fifth dimensional reality and ninth and 10th and 12th and on and on and on, and yet still open your eyes and live in third dimensional reality and honor it. But while you're here, if you get this even a minuscule of an amount, that's what we're doing for now. And those 1,000 years of peace are on their way. And the good news is, the great news is, because we've had so many hearts broken and too many families have lost loved ones, thank God we don't die. They're still here, even if you can't see them, I promise you. It was an agreement between God and the light itself. No one dies. No one's allowed to die. It's not fair. Ever. If you get existed, you exist. You will always exist, and you get to play out your stories and paradigms and enjoy them with your loved ones, even if you can't see them. But you will always have your voice. Always have your voice, which communicates not necessarily always through a mouth or a body, but it always communicates through your heart. And that was a done deal a long, long time ago. Promise. Absolute